Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hairymuppet. Welcome back to some Factory Town. It looks like my cough's coming back again. I don't know. It definitely went away a lot when I cut down the casting, but I did a bit of casting yesterday. I did like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and it was just summaries. So I was doing so much in the middle. I probably played too much computer yesterday. Like one summary a day is all I really need to do. But anyway, we're doing another one this morning, so not a lot has changed, but it feels like I've been spending a lot of time on the things that have changed. So I'm just going to go over them real quick. So first of all, this firing setup, I realized that it was spending quite a bit of time idle, and so what I decided to do is that fire rings and water rings basically take the same resources. They just take different power stones. So what I did was I upgraded the power system. So you got red here, and then we've got another blue system around it, and both of them going into the enchanter right here. And I had to add a different fire shrine. Obviously, I expanded these a little bit, upped the speed of this guy, added some more belts for it. Up the speeds of these as well. I haven't really checked this, but it doesn't seem to be running out, so I guess upping the speed of these mines has been okay. But tweaking it a little bit. So now these guys are beautifully backed up. See this? Look at this. It's fully backed up. It's not doing anything, so that's fantastic. Now, the fire rings, look, this just went down to 99 and it went down to 100, so I may have to tweak the times for these to make sure they never fall back, never run out, but that is a problem for later. I'm going to be tweaking all of these later to make sure they never run out later. So for now, the main reason I did the blue rings, the water rings, is because Omni Temple. So yeah. So there's not much else done yet. I really need to get around to the books, to redoing the books, but I'm just too lazy to rip all this stuff down. But it's got to be done because books keep showing up in the bloody Omni Temples. What are we doing at the moment? I think... So this one's going. This one stopped because of necklaces and gold bars, which I wasn't expecting, but there it is. And necklaces and blue books, which I could do blue books, but you... just get deleted. And yeah, so this is the stuff that I've built recently. So this is kind of an interesting setup. In some ways it's the same as this one over here, but yeah, so basically we've got the 4 barns right next to the rail system so that they feed, so you've got carts directly picking up the different types of crystals. Don't have to worry about the ethers because they're on the market bus, the market rail network, so that's fine. Got a little setup. Got one setup for... oh, and I've got lines of ore out for these and a lot of ore for this because I'm really smashing this mineral deposit. Mana shards. And then underground, we've just got a single line going out. There's enough mana shards in here. Sort of. You can see this one's struggling a bit. That's not good. Let's put a splitter here. And here as well. I don't think we need one for the last two, but definitely do not want this one to be left out in the cold. So we'll keep that one going. A little bit of, I think this is all for fuel, this one, so that's not worried. And then this is 2 separate mana systems for the mana reactor. Obviously that needs a lot of power, so 2 different mana systems. And yeah, it's pretty much a case of mine it, elemental refinery. I haven't got a barn for the ethers because I don't really care. And then you go into an air temple and then a barn, which again, these are the carts. Look at all these carts beautifully lined up. And then all of these come back down and go into the mana reactor, which goes into all of these, which I believe are... So yeah, I put in 5 barns. I don't really need 5 barns here because I got like a million barns somewhere else, but it's nice. It's nice to have a lot of Omni Stones. And you can see I've got almost 20,000 Omni Stones. I think 22k is my max. So I haven't really tweaked this. It's still running at pretty much the same speed. I've added a ton of barns though. So this one, this is the last barn to fill up, and then we'll be at 22k, which is my max. I also did a bit more research on crop yield. So I got 2 more levels of that up. So now, crops when they're fully grown, they're actually got, some of them are about 18 or 20, which they used to have like 10 or 8 or something like that. It definitely has not affected the minerals. When the minerals come back, they still have not a lot. They still have like 8, 10, maybe 11, something like that. They're not going up to 18, so it kind of sucks. But it's okay. It's alright, because we can just put more of them down. Like, the good thing about mining is it doesn't have a range. It does have a length, but I could put shards out here, I could put shards out here for this mine. It doesn't seem to matter, whereas the farm only has a very limited range, so... yeah, I suppose it makes sense there's a crop upgrade, and I don't think this does trees, though. Oh, it is trees. So it's crops and trees, and then mining, we just put a mining shaft further out, so that's alright. So hopefully this will back up soon. I didn't leave it running overnight or anything, but if I had, they definitely would have backed up. And we got a positive on all of our coins. I think red coins were having a little bit of problems, but I think they've rallied a lot, mainly because a lot of the red coin stuff I was doing is stuff like this and stuff like this. You can see I'm using 1 magic forge to produce all of the mana crystals for all 4 of these earth temples. So only 1 magic forge, sorry. And this, the mine supplying it. I've really knocked this mine up. Excuse me, I need a drink. Damn. Might have to make this a very short episode. But yeah, so this mine has been going crazy on the red coins, but since it started backing up, and all these, oh, actually these ones are using blue coins, so they're not really relevant, but yeah. Since a lot of this stuff has started backing up, and a lot of these have started backing up a bit more, and so on and so forth, red coins I think have been improving a lot more. They were sort of improving a little bit, now they're improving quite a bit more, which is good. Now I've still got some stuff to do here. Like this one's doing okay, but it's random. Like this one needs necklaces, this one needs necklaces. So we got necklaces and books to do next. I'm pretty happy that none of the coins are going to tank, although I'm keeping my eye on the red coins. They potentially can still tank. And of course the crop research hasn't helped as well, because that's 500 coins per tick. So this drops 50,000 red coins every time it runs, which isn't as massive a deal, but yeah, losing 100,000 red coins for 2 levels of that research did scare me a little bit. And then I was like, oh, it's the research that's dropped it down from 600k to 500k. So that's alright then. That is okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I've done. It doesn't seem like a lot, does it? But yeah, so I guess we're getting very close to 3,000 happiness, which is nice. We have a look at the goods that we're producing. We see we're producing quite a lot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 20, 24, 25, 26, 29, 30. We're producing 31 goods. So that's a maximum possible of 3,100. And we're at 2935, so that's pretty impressive. We're not dropping a lot of them, and some like the air ether, we could just increase the timer and we'd have no problems. Air ether may only be actually dropping because we're using it. Yeah, it is the air ether, so that makes sense that air ether is down because it's being used by an Omni Temple, which is why I have this switch. So I just toggle this off, and all of these rail stations from the middle loop stop dropping stuff off at the Omni Temple. So when I go for 5k, they'll be toggling this off, and maybe toggling this one off as well, because it doesn't really make sense to have one on and the other one off, because you'd have to be very lucky to get an Omni Temple with only the bottom side goods coming in. In fact, I don't think any of them... No, none of them are going to have that. So, yeah. So I guess the next thing is... Well, let's just get some simple stuff made, like this. What was it? So one of these required gold ore, so let's get gold ore done. I don't think gold ore is being used anywhere here, so we can't do that. I might want to reuse like iron ore, stone, something like that. But it's going to be on an ad hoc basis. I'm not going to start putting stuff in unless I need to. So, forge. Yeah. Let's also get a forester out here. I mean, it's kind of a bit janky to be using fuel out of the trees instead of a fire shrine, but whatever. Whatever. I feel a lot more comfortable about our people at the moment. About the amount of people that we have available. If anything, we've gone down from 600 to 489, and we've got 31 goods being produced. So, and we're going to reduce that number even further when we start cutting down on the books. So we're going to redo the books. That'll cut down on a lot of people. So I feel like we're okay. Gold ore. Now this is going to be slow as, but yeah, you don't need to be those belts. I don't really care too much, to be honest. I mean, so let's get rid of all these. The stone one doesn't need that extra bit, but the gold one, it needs all the help it can get. So, prospect for gold ore. Put down a mine shaft. And delete it straight away. And this is going to be it. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to just let it go. We will, of course, need a cart to take gold bars in there. And I don't think I need to check. What are you doing? Go that way. You are an output? Okay. So that'll take care of itself eventually. I don't care about the things, really. So eventually that'll start filling up. We still need necklaces, though. So we need necklaces and books. Which we'll get around to eventually. And we're getting close to the point where we could do the next Omni upgrade. Omni pipe. No, not Omni pipe. Omni power. So that'll put it up from, what was it? 280 to 320. So I definitely want to get to 400. And by the time I'm getting to 400, the research will probably be fully automated. There's very few things that we're missing right now. But if they start bringing in stuff like lumber and wood and stone bricks and blah, 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 then I'm going to be really annoyed. Yeah, really, really annoyed. But maybe the gold bar is just like a once-off and it's not going to pull in the rest. But if it's every good in the book, then it's going to be annoying. It's going to be very annoying. But this, so that'll go up to 1600, and we need 1800. So we kind of want to wait for this one to finish, which is mostly on the air ethers at the moment because it needs 4 of each of those, and they come in from the market rail network, so they take a little bit longer to get in, and because it can only drop off 10. It only gets 2 every go. And the air ether is like 18 seconds apart. So we're going to have to wait a total of 90 more seconds for this to finish, I think. Off the top of my head. So yeah, but I'll sit there. I'll sit here and wait. And we'll see what the next thing is going to be. And if it's easy enough, like it's just missing a couple of books, then I'll get some caravans over from this little makeshift barn set up and get those books across. Because books definitely seem to be popular in this system. The enchanted books seem to show up quite a lot. But yeah, other than that, I mean, the system's going very well. We're using a lot less people than I would expect at this stage. I mean, as I said, 31 goods, and we're using 490 people, plus, and that's not including all the people we're using for the Omni Stones and this alternate rail and blah. So we're way ahead of the curve. Granted, some of our existing systems will need to be tweaked, like the rings. I'm not sure if the rings can handle what actually needs to happen for... So like, these are 100, but they're not high enough. I think we really need to be pushing the green bar up to here to be 100% sure that it's never, ever, ever going to run out. We want it to be stuck at 5,000 forever. We don't want it to be stuck at 5,000 for 5 minutes, and then it jigs down to 4,999 for 5 seconds and then goes back up. We don't want that. We want it to be stuck at 5,000. Okay, so this one came across, and now it's got everything it needs except for red books. So we're going to get the caravan to get some red books in here. I really should put a path. Just like that. And you're going to take the path? Yes, you are. Excellent. So that one will go through fairly quickly, although it still needs 4 of each ether for each one, which kind of sucks. This is why I don't bother with the Omni Temple speed, because it's not going to work. And I mean, if we look at the ethers, like fire, water, earth, they're all full speed. It's only air is the only one that's suffering, and that's because we were using it. So fire and... what is it? Fire and earth? Yeah, you can see that fire and earth are already starting to struggle. But that's only because they're being used. Water is still 100 out of 100. So if we're increasing the speed, it's only for the temple. So that means that when we tweak the system to make it max 5,000, we're going to have to turn the temples off. Which is alright. Have we got is the gold system running yet? Is it? Geez, these guys take a while to grow. 79%. Okay, so we should see that fairly soonish. I'm going to start the research. So we got more time for the Omni Stones to get back up. Okay. Going to upgrade it a little bit, but not too much. Because it actually takes a while for the books to get in these days, so 18, as soon as the next Omni Temple finishes, we will have our 1800, so I'm going to start that off now. Yeah, I had to upgrade this belt to a magic belt. And now that I've just upgraded the speed, that was actually a mistake. We probably shouldn't have upgraded the speed, because now the belt can't keep up. Okay, that was a waste. School... in the old schoolhouse. We'll upgrade it once, but we won't do that second upgrade. Okay. Omni... Was this turned around the other way? I can't remember. No, it was this way. Okay, so just watch the star coins go down the toilet. They are just... This is still slow. But it's alright. This is very weird. Watch it. So... that's not using 18 Omni Stones every time. That's using like 4 or 5. Something's wrong with this. It's not using 18 Omni Stones. So it gets up to about 6. It waits till the paper is up to 100, which is 20 per enchanted book. And then soon as it does, it goes. Okay, let's do an experiment. Okay. 1. All it needs is 1 Omni Stone. It's not using 18, it's only using 1. Hey, you know what? I'm not... Well, it's using everything. So when I was doing it before, it had 5. So if I get a wagon... and then I tell that to do that... So it's using all 4. So this is up to 18. Okay, well there's some sort of bug. Some sort of bug in the game. Anyway. So we're overusing these Omni Stones, I guess. But what we're going to do, actually, is I'm going to change this to a metal conveyor. Okay, we're out of stars now, so it's going to be using the full 18, but that's fine. As soon as this one finishes, we should be able to finish off the rest. Okay, that's an interesting discovery, and clearly a bug in the game, but not one that is one in our favour. And look at that, we've reached 1 million gold coins, so that is amazing. And all the other coins are going up as well, so... Definitely a good day for us. So we got an autosave going on. I don't mind the autosaves because this game has, on my old computer, it crashed a little bit. On the new one, it hasn't crashed yet, but I've only been playing for a few days on my new computer, so... Yeah, we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see how this works out. But anyway, I can't remember if I told you last time, but I did have a bit of a problem with magic conveyors. I put another barn here, so that they double fill up, but yeah, I had to tweak this. I think I told you last time about that. I'm losing track of what I talked about in the last episode. But anyway, we are good. We are going to get 320%, and I definitely want to aim for 400%. Maybe more than that. Maybe I'll just go for it once the once the Omni temples are 100%. But yeah, anyway. I don't think we're having any problems with any goods. Like, I'm going to ignore these goods, but I think I've checked these a few times now to see that they're all good. The rings. Now, this is a little bit concerning because this is below 230, which means that it wasn't completely full when a wagon went through. So this is starting to tank a bit. Why is this starting to tank a bit? The only reason I could think of that it would tank after a while is that eventually it's been slowly draining these to the point where they're now running out. Which gold maybe, but I don't know, it still looks pretty damn healthy. I cannot believe that that's actually tanked out. I don't think it has. And gold is not what's slowing us down, it's the stone, and they're absolutely wonderful. I just do not know, but it's definitely tanking a little bit. I mean, that got below 220. What could be causing this? Power's relatively stable. It looks like this may have gone down a little bit. Just when the speed went down a little bit. Like these guys just went a little bit slower. Was there a point at which this stone ran out? I suppose it's remotely possible. Well, if it ran out for like 30 seconds or a minute or something like that, then that could have caused the slowdown that we saw. But when the system's fully running, it should pick up with the speeds that we've got on these carts. So it'll fix itself up. And once we get the 320%, that system will naturally become better. Unless it really is a problem with the stone system falling down. One of these systems completely falling down. And if that's the case, then I don't really care because the system might be self-correcting. So if I get to the point where this is like half full, then I'll start to add more nodes to make damn sure that it's never going to fall over. But for now, if it is falling over a little bit, then it's falling over in a way that's self-correcting, so I don't care. And the Omni Temple still going through, so that'll take a little while, especially because of all of the ethers. We're using 4 of each as they come in, and that kind of sucks. So it's fire and earth, And you can see that fire and earth are the ones tanking, and water and air are now beautiful. So that's telling us some good things. Elixir is also, some of these definitely need a bit of work. Like elixir probably needs a bit more speed on the deliveries. And this is fully banked up, so I reckon we could do that. So this is 18 seems to be such a perfect number. So we're going to set this to 18 as well. Obviously not every single good in the game is 18 seconds, but a lot of them seems to be 18 seconds. But I'm not sure if 18 is 100% all the time. It seems to be like 100%, 99% of the time, or 90% of the time, or something like that. But anyway, what we might do is for the final 5,000, we might set them to like 16 or something like that, and then tweak all the machines to make sure that they can handle some 16 seconds, which a lot of them will be able to, but some of them won't. I'm a little bit worried about that elixir setup, the other stuff as well. But we'll see. Let's have a quick look, because I need to do the necklace next. Okay, so this is polished stone again, but it's iron, so it's a little bit easier. Don't have to worry about gold, but polished stone is a pain in the ass. It is. And iron is not too bad. Iron is a pain, but compared to gold and polished stone, it's not that much of a pain. So yeah, I'll probably do that later though. This video is not too long, but it's long enough. I feel like it's long enough. And look this. Oh my god, this polished stone. Look at the raw amount of stone that it needs is insane. Okay, let me just. So this is 13. Hang on. 14 magic belts. 7 coming out of each one. Each of these mines has 5. 5 of these. So I spent almost 1,000 Omni Stones on each one. You can see they're almost backing up, but not quite. So they're doing an excellent job. How is this? This looks like it's struggling a bit more. This one still looks like it's healthy. So I don't know, maybe the gold ore ran out for a little while, but we're sort of back up. We're back up to where we need to be, sort of. I watched this before for like half an hour, and it definitely does back up eventually. So we just have to leave that, and we just have to say, hey, you know, it's all good. So let's just have a look. How close are we to getting 320? 8 more. How close is this Omni Temple? 80. Okay, well, I'm not going to sit here watching it. Well, I probably will, but you guys don't have to sit here watching it. We're just going to leave this, let this go off, and finish the episode off. So, definitely necklaces I want to do. I mean, making the Omni Temples automated. 100% completely automated is what I think my main goal is. So that means the necklaces and the books. The 2 books. I think those are the things that I need to get done. And once I get them done, our gold is good. Gold is in. That's excellent. So that's the little system. As it's slow, but how often are we going to need gold? Not a lot. I am going to upgrade this once though. Because once is just such a massive boost. It's like 100% plus 320. That's a massive boost. And then it starts to be diminishing returns as you add more and more. Hopefully there's enough gold ore in there to handle that, but yeah. It should be good. Should be good. Okay, well, I can't stop playing this game, can I? I can't stop playing this game. But anyway, we will finish the video off now. That's going to get finished, and that'll finish off our next upgrade for the 320, and then you know what? Let's stick around for a little while, and let's see how much the next one costs, because it's been going up by all sorts of weird numbers. I'm guessing 24 is going to be the next one, but I think it was like 1, 2, 4, 7, 10, 14, 18. Like, what the hell, man? What the hell? Next one, I'm guessing, is 24. Or 22, actually. I'm going to put my money on 22. I don't know. I do not know. 24. 23, maybe. I don't know. But it's all sorts of weird. All sorts of weird. But this, come on, Omni Temple, get your stuff together. Just need a little bit more ethers. So 3 more deliveries, which is about 60 seconds, I guess. A little bit less than 60 seconds. There we go. 2 more deliveries. That should happen relatively quickly. Okay. Ooh, bloody hell. It's a bit tiring this morning, but yeah. It's going to be raining all day, apparently. Oh, I'm doing a video game commentary. I'm talking about the weather. This is not good. But anyway, I just want to see this. I want to see this come up. 1 more delivery each. Just need some red ether. Yeah, we go. There's the red ether. Going all the way in. And we should be seeing some of these other coins go above 1 million soon. That'll be nice when all of them go above 1 million. Then when they get far enough above 1 million, I can say, well, if it goes below 1 million, then I need to work on it. But when all these Omni Stones are backed up, and this one is... Oh, look at how close it is. Look at how close it is to being backed up. It's still being sent across to here for the research. But 99 out of 100? You finished, right? You finished. I'm pretty sure you finished. That should have given me a boost of 100, which should have allowed this last thing to go. What the hell? This is very, very weird. That last thing, it should have given me 100. It should have been perfectly lined up. So right now this is 2, and this is 2. And I exactly lined up to 1800, but it didn't. It didn't. Maybe it's because I'm doing dodgy stuff with the Omni Stones or something. I don't know. So now we have to wait for 18 stars to come in from here. That's weird. Very weird. And because it screwed that up, it means I'm going to not have a number divisible by 100 available for research. It's going to have a weird number. That sucks. It's like it missed 18 when it was doing this, or missed, I don't know how that happened. It's got to be, the fact that we're missing exactly 18 means that this screwed itself up somehow. It used up 18. Maybe when I deleted the school, maybe it had 18 in its inventory when I deleted the school. Ah, that's gonna suck. That would suck if that's the case. So I just deleted 18 stars. So I'm gonna have a weird number for the rest of time. Oh man, that really sucks. Oh well, there's nothing we can do but just deal with it and wait for this to finish. Eventually star power will just be unlimited, so we'll just deal with it. Okay, anyway, well I'm not gonna wait for this to happen again, because this needs 5 polished stones, which means we get 2 points every time that polished stone wagon comes around. And the polished stone has to go around this whole thing, so that's taken a while. So yeah, screw that. Screw that for a joke. We are going to finish it off here. And yeah, this is slowly going to go, and we're going to come back when I've done something else of importance, which is books. I got to do books and necklaces, okay? That's it. I got to go and I got to do those. So I will go and do those, and then we will be one step closer to automating. Oh, I got to automate this damn thing. I'm very close to automating it. Once it's fully automated, then I'm just going to let it run for a long time. I'm going to get 400%, maybe even 600%. I'm going to see how far I can push it. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you guys later.